Hi everyone, today we're kicking off a huge restoration project, a 1998 Sun Tracker Party Deck 21. This is a true project boat that I bought in May. After being brought up from Florida, the boat had been sitting unused for more than 8 years. During that time, almost nothing was done to maintain it, so there's a lot of work ahead. The boat, trailer, and Yamaha 115 horsepower two-stroke outboard are all original from 1998. After bringing the boat home and taking care of the paperwork, I decided to start with the most expensive and most important part of the entire project, the engine. If the motor couldn't be saved, there would be no point spending time and money restoring the rest of the boat. The first step was checking the compression. All 4 cylinders measured between 105 and 110 psi with almost no variation, which is an excellent result for a 27-year-old engine. Next, I checked for spark, and all 4 cylinders had strong spark. But the engine still wouldn't start. It quickly became obvious that the fuel system was the biggest problem. The fuel lines were dry and brittle, the primer bulb barely worked, and the fuel tank still contained nearly 200 liters of gasoline that had been sitting for over 8 years. I completely removed and cleaned all of the carburetors. If you'd like to see the full rebuild, there's already a detailed carburetor cleaning video on the channel. After everything was reassembled, the engine finally came back to life. It wasn't running perfectly because of the old fuel, and a few age-related issues showed up along the way, including several gaskets that needed replacement. But the most important thing was clear: the engine was alive and absolutely worth saving. The next challenge was the cooling system. We lowered the engine into a large tank of water and started it. At first, there was no water coming from the telltale, so after about 20 to 30 seconds, we shut it down rather than risk damaging the engine and left it submerged overnight. The next day, we started it again, brought the RPM up slightly, and finally the cooling system began working. A huge amount of dirt, debris, and even insects that had collected inside the engine during years of storage were flushed out. That was the moment we knew the engine had truly come back to life. With the motor showing real promise, it was finally time to focus on the boat itself. We stripped the entire interior. Every seat, couch, piece of furniture, and deck panel was removed until almost nothing was left except the bare hull. One of the biggest decisions was removing all of the old carpet. It had been glued to nearly every surface, looked terrible, trapped moisture, and had been slowly destroying the plywood underneath for years. Once the carpet was gone, the hidden problems started to appear. The plywood in the bow was completely rotten and beyond repair, so it will have to be replaced. The main deck was in much better condition, but it still needs to be removed, cleaned, stripped of the old carpet and glue, and prepared for restoration. In this episode, you'll see the complete teardown of the boat, removal of the furniture and deck, stripping the old carpet, pressure washing every surface, and the first real inspection of what 8 years of neglect has done to this boat. And in the next episode, the real restoration begins. We'll repair the deck, rebuild the boat systems, rewire the electrical system, overhaul the fuel system, and slowly bring this sun tracker back to life. If you enjoy real restoration projects with no shortcuts, no staging, and no fake drama, make sure to subscribe and follow the journey. Let's see if we can turn this forgotten 1998 Sun Tracker Party Deck 21 into a reliable boat that's ready for many more seasons on the water.